Okay, we're back. It's time for more Touhou Udabunka. And by Touhou, I mean nothing but Misumaru. Hello, Fami. I'm back to feed the addiction. Hey, ain't nothing better to warm up with, though, too. Yeesh. Yeah, my first attempt was good, everything else is in wash. Curious about something. I'm assuming this is randomly rotated. Is it? I think it is. Does it matter too much? There's definitely some things to pick up on here. Because the green ball always goes out there, but... Because obviously the spell is... Hello, chicken butt. Obviously this spell is very... Oops. Not generous with its hitboxes, necessarily. That's one thing I should mention. Not the most generous hitbox spell. Most notably with the big balls. Ooh, that was on me. But... Hello, Palma. 18, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So this spell is goated. Is it hard? Yeah, but it's a goated spell. I guess the thing I'm a little interested in is... I think it's so much fun. It's a very fun spell. Oop. Oh, it's very difficult. Again, the hitboxes don't do a lot of favor, and bouncing garbage from all directions. That gets worse after you get like 2 waves in, because you start getting overlapping waves. Because a lot of the balls at the top slow down, speed up, so then they start overlapping with wave 3 a lot. So it makes the later you go, the worse, basically. She had 1 HP. So here's the thing. What I'm kind of curious about is there any consistency in how the waves, like, expand? And I don't think there is the sad reality. Hope? I don't think there is. It's hard to make sure that anything, like, it's hard because you'll see something that, like, looks very similar, and it's hard to, like, know if it is similar or if it's just your brain putting a pattern where none exists. It's full set, you have to do 40 reset like 20 times in each seat. No, it doesn't appear to be. Yeah, Misumaru's movements does vary. However, you know, there's an aspect of the rings that looks like, you know, it's consistent, at least to a degree. But even with the way... Because even where the small balls are in line with the big balls does seem to be completely random. I think. Dodging? Yeah, well, it's... They're gonna be raw dogging this, like, a lot. Like, obviously. That's just part of the course. But there's gonna be some pattern. Like, there's... It's like Petaflare. Honestly, I think this is just a harder Petaflare. I think it has a lot of similarities, though. Walk into anything anyway. I mean, I'll always walk into things. Like, that's just inevitable. You're always gonna... Whoops. And also, another thing that is really annoying is that your lines through... Because, like, you have to go through kind of, like, the circle. She shoots the circle. Like, that's what you have to go through. You have to go through the circle. At some point. But the thing that sucks the most is it's not just a straight line. It's often an ugly zigzag. That is a pattern with $6.20. I mean, probably the hardest pattern in this entire game. Like, it's a bounce off walls. That's why I said it's Petaflare, but harder. Rings might be a little tougher. We'll see. From what I've heard, I'll disagree, but I don't have enough experience. Especially with Kaimala to say much of anything there. But Flare, if it wasn't free, so true. That would... But I wouldn't be surprised if Ultimate, because I feel like a way I want to dodge this is fairly Pet Flare-like. I feel like it's partly on me. You know, I also haven't played Touhou in 3 days. I'll blame everything on that as well. I feel like these bullets are not what you're used to, so they're weird. Fine with that one. Like, that one was just me not moving up. Like, I saw the blue bullet, but I missed. Like, if I died like that, where I see a line, I just don't execute it properly, I'm content with that. The more and more I look at it, the more and more it's reminded me of Pet Flare. Especially with bullets overlapping. Here's a question. How did I previously, when I was 1cc'ing this game? I guess I had cards, that definitely helped. Although even with that... It's a very fun attack. It does suck having it be needle on this. This is an attack where having a consistent homing option would be better, but... Probably, but, you know... Fortunately, Touhou, modern Touhou things, what you can do. See, like, that's where I need the hitboxes to be a little generous to let me, like, squeeze my way through that left hole there. Because without a generous hitbox, I need to play aggressive there. Your physical execution has to be extremely precise. Oop. Fuck you! Look at that HP! Hello, Hubs. Look at that HP. Oh, dude. You can do so much, and there's still so much garbage in front of you. Oh boy, does this shot type suck ass for this. I understand now why Sakuya is a lot better than Reimu. difficult as this one. Quite possibly the hardest spell in the game. I'll take Alan's word for it. He's the one who told me that. Just a wee bit. Because the other thing is, Alan mentioned me that was Saki, I believe. It's like a 15 to 20 second kill, somewhere in that range. I forget exactly what he said. But with Rainbow, it's like 25 seconds. But again, the good news is, it's fun. Fun because it's not bullshit. It's just, it's like as straightforward as something could be. Just dodge. It's just that simple. I've been here for like 13 minutes on just this spell. Oh, it's like cocaine, just inject it straight into my veins. There's definitely things to be learned. I probably shouldn't be doing more of this right now. I should be taking this in strides. Probably this attack is just going to be very strenuous on the physical execution department. Bro! Oh my goodness. It's like, it's over 25 seconds as Rainbow. Like, 25 to 30, depending on, like, where you are. Oh, it's disgusting. I just think about it this way, though. It's only up from here. Joy. I should move on and go back to practicing the first 3 stages, but I really don't want to. I really want to keep playing this. The problem is, there's kind of like a line for like the first 2 to 3 waves, and you kind of want to keep going for it, because it seems like you play kind of passively down here, and you just try to find a single line to like do that jump off straight through. And you do that again. But the problem is, it's like after this point, you really can't, like it really starts to become much harder to do that. That kind of works. Forgotten Touhou? You made like 90% of them? So it starts. Because there's this idea where you drop down, you jump through the wave, you go just below where the new wave is. And there's kind of a pocket. There's kind of like this pocket that opens up every time. You can kind of see what I'm referring to. Fox one. Yeah, like I said, like 90%. Although I don't know how new this is, if it's 4 years old at this point, but... Maybe I should I beta right or left? Or well, try to, because modern AI movement is RNG at its core. Hello, display. Like, there's an idea, because there seems to be this kind of pocket. Although the angles of everything kind of gets messed up a lot. They're orbs at each other, but they don't understand each other. Should be the best ship of the series. See, that's how you make Misumaru popular. You just make you just start the ships going on, and get the Yuri fans involved. Oop. Ooh, big ball. Misumaru putting her big fat balls in my face. Hate to see it. The problem is, like, you can do a lot of survival there, but, like, oftentimes that survival's at the cost of making it last a lot longer. It's the lack of homing. One of the rare situations where homing would actually be insanely goated. Needle propagandist losing again. That's one of those situations you want to look for. Like, I messed up on that move around the yellow orb. Because there seems to be a consistency with how the waves expand. Like, the fact that it's not true random, that the rings are all, like, a preset orientation from each other. Like, you tend to see some overlap. Or some things you've seen before. Unfortunately, it's probably going to take me another 30 hours of this to truly be able to pick up on what that means, but... Okay, let's go to something else for now. I can feed the addiction later. Do the much easier Yin-Yang spell before I go back to the first two stages. Sounds good for getting you comfortable with Yin-Yang hitboxes. It's a lot slower. It's like fancy Maiden Wars, Advanced Wars on its coming hand. I have never touched Advanced Wars in my life. But if it's bailing you out, then it's doing good work. .34 seconds, and like I'm dealing damage like almost that entire time. What's worse, though? That or Sanyo? Okay, let's, before I go elsewhere, let me put myself at... Was I hitting 4.0 for the mid-boss? I don't remember. I think I was. Do I hope he's better? Yep. There's many a reason. Let's go do this so I can get familiar with what the plan was on this stage. And no, before anyone comments it, just because when you're unfocused you have homing doesn't count. Glad to see I did that right. Making sure you time down that mid boss to half a second is very, very important. For making that stage portion not as ass as it could or should be. Otherwise, Takane has her issues, but she doesn't seem like that bad. Oh. Can't wait till I died at this attack. Still cool? What do you mean, still cool? Was she, like, cool and then not cool? Like, I don't have a major Takane issue. I used to hate her nons, but I don't really hate them anymore. I'm like better at reading things than I used to be. I hate this attack. I'm just kidding. Oh, right, because I start the mid-boss. I might as well do this part one more time. Yeah. If you want to edge, you should probably do it with the unfocused variant. What? Edging at 4.0 power is definitely harder than edging at 3.0 power. I don't need to get it down to a pixel. What am I doing? I'm throwing. It's never been more Sanyo-over. Fortunately, that's next stage, so it doesn't really work well here. Yeah, this should be fine HP threshold. I shouldn't panic over this and be like, oh, I gotta edge it properly. See. try to cut back too early. Oop, don't do that. Maybe you don't kill the attack. God forbid. Yeah, like, this should be a fine HP threshold. I don't need to force the issue here. Okay. I also want to do some stage 1, so the best way to do stage 1 is just to do this. Right middle. Next one's these triples. Yup. Glad to see I'm remembering this. Okay, glad to see I still have that down. Gambling haze. Gambling with the Michaels. Very catchy theme. Definitely not my favorite Stage 1 boss theme, but it is a very catchy one. I'll say that. This attack is a little cruel. Can be a little cruel. Another one of those moments I wish homing was real. Right, what's the move here? Right, it's these guys. I should practice this part. Right, there's only 3 combos live going into here. That's fine. It shouldn't vary things up much. Two, 1, 0. I did that wrong. I wasn't looking. Okay, that was good though. That was like I did all the things proper. I just forgot to dodge the right bullets. That's what we like to see. Lily, White Fumo. Does one not already exist? I would have expected one to have existed. Next one, the triple Bakas right here, the 3 pairs of light. Crazy, I know. Who's light bar, but not actually? I thought they for sure would have had an actual one. Official one. See, that's good. It's just, we just gotta keep doing that more consistently. Yeah, that's what you don't want to see on that attack. Too busy throwing Lost Word Ultimate Boons. Yeah, we need our 5th Reimu skin based off of Lost Word, everyone's favorite thing. Because everyone loves gachas, alright? Oops. I love gotchas almost as much as I love infinite power loss. Just kidding, I'm not a big fan of infinite power loss. Yeah, if you're really on top of her, you can do that really quickly. I underestimated how quickly you can do that mid one if you're on top of her. I was like, it's gonna take a little bit just because I don't deal with damage. But she does die pretty quickly. Have your heat of Fumo by your one ball, it would be a life sport there, make 3 idiots Fumo. It's called the 3 Bakas. Actually. Don't underestimate that attack, or anything in this game, I should say. By the power bombing. It takes so long for all the waves to come out. It's so hard to, like, actually, like, predict all of them ahead of time. Outside of that final, like, the rest of Stage 1 is not that bad. It's not bad at all. Which we'd love to see. Like, the final is definitely a bit of a problem, but it's not, like, that big a deal. Oh, speaking of things that are not that big of a deal, my team competence here. Mine's literally free. I wonder if I should just be doing this. Yeah, I probably should just be doing that. I hate you. These green yin-yangs are so turbo-free. Yeah, get that money pick up. Big you miss Mima. Fortunately, I was not looking. I deserve to have died there. Fortunately, if I want Mima, there's a billion things I can do. Official games and fan games with Mima in them, so I'm not too heartbroken. Listen, I want more You May Be. That's what's criminal. What? What did I do? What? I swear that okay, well, whatever. Booey kabooey. Whatever, I've gotten there twice. Pretty good, so. It'll. Oops. Still have built-in gambling? What do you mean? There is gambling if you're doing cards. And by gambling, I mean the cards are random which ones you get offered on a given stage. So like when you beat the stage, what pool of cards you get offered is random. Really? Which is especially important if you're trying to, because like you have a certain number of equipment you can start with in the middle of a run. Like you can pick like 2 or 3. I forget if you can get up to 3, but I know you can have at least like 2, like starting equipment, 2 starting cards, and you can't start with a card unless you bought it in a shop already, so, like, if you, like, there can be specific cards if you're trying to start with that is very RNG to find, because you have to find them first in order to be able to, like, use them. So, like, if you want to start with it. That being said, for this case, card RNG is never going to be relevant for me, because I'm not taking cards. Any bumper crops? I don't think there's anything quite like bumper crop, but there is things that are plenty difficult and questionably designed. There's just nothing that has like the bumper crop look, at least as far as I can remember. Like if you want the lasers, you gotta wait till Mega Move, but I don't think Mega Move's lasers are, or laser spells are that similar to Bumper. Ooh! See? Knew that would be eventually. Now, one could argue that Michael's final is kind of Bumper Crop-esque in terms of its questionable design and the fact it's difficult, and that's not that far from the truth. Though it does definitely have... I would not put it in the same boat as Bumper, especially just... It does come off very different, or at least a good bit different. But her final does have its own great design elements. Very important we get those bomb pieces. Very important for a no-bomb run. You're no longer there's gambling? I mean, look at her. Look at her. You there. You, the lady over there. Got some nice cards. Dealing drugs on the side of the road with a cat. Spell background does not have to be this jarring with the spell itself. See, this attack is an actual, like, notable problem. At least is the stage 1 difficulty similar to Bumper Crop. It doesn't quite have the speed, but its reaction time, it has similar notion in terms of its questionable design. Your capability of reacting to it on the back end. It's not as bad, I'd argue, as Bumper Crop. Probably. I got used to it more, but... Lazy for no Bumper Crop. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, it is... It's a similarly difficult idea, but it's not, you know, it's not the Bumper Crop line. In fact, this game doesn't really do much with lasers until Stage 5, now that I think about it, right? Because Misumaru doesn't use lasers, Jimbo doesn't use lasers. I don't know if Sanyo does. Dakane doesn't. And Michael doesn't. So you really don't see any lasers still. Meguru. We'd outspawn the 5-way, but only spawned 4 of the 5, because I killed it at, like, just the weirdest time. Okay. A smooth, like, stage portion. Take those. Although most of the stage 1, all the stage 1 stage portions I've done so far have been pretty tame. Definitely tamer than this one. This is definitely the hardest. So I wouldn't say that difficult. Beckon in Fortune. Attack is so stupid. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes she just listens to you. Yeah, it's definitely very Bumper Crop-esque. Just no lasers. Yo, look at the way that Tanooki's looking at me. It's looking kind of bad, though. I can just strafe this portion, can't I? I kinda thought I had to raw dog it, but it turns out it is complete game. How neat! That makes it a lot more consistent than I thought it was going to be. That makes this, like, the one, like, volatile part of this stage. Three, two, one, zero. Ooh, you freaking piece of shit. Oh, that section is annoying. Ah, what did I say? Why you let that tack timeout? So, there's a bunch of those green yin-yangs that are just awful and dog shit. And if the sooner you kill that attack, the mid-boss, the more of those green guys that spawn. And they make that transition into those fairies at the end, you know, those red shooting fairies that's what they're about. It makes the transition so much harder when you leave them all alive. Oh yeah, power loss, by the way, my beloved. So we want to time down that mid-non, the only good attack, as much as we can to cause as little of the green yin-yangs afterwards to spawn. If we time it down like I did there to 0.3 seconds, you only get 2 green yin-yangs. Again, the more of those yin-yangs, the more volatile that section becomes. You don't want to time out the mid-boss, because A, I don't like timing out attacks that aren't timeouts, so I'll always cap everything. But even then, even if I wasn't doing that, you still don't want to fully time it out, because if you kill her, she lingers on the screen for like 2 seconds and then it leaves, in like a death animation sort of. But if you time her out, she just flees immediately. So, and when she flees immediately, it actually causes more yin-yangs to spawn. So if you time her down to like 0.3 seconds left on the timer, it actually causes less yin-yangs to spawn than if you just timed it out entirely. And it's a pretty consistent timeout too. It's not like there's really any RNG to it, like any volatile RNG to it, so. I'm not the most familiar with the nuances on. What did I do? You gotta kill that blue fairy on the right, bro. I killed like the pinkish purple fairy, and I was like, oh, that's good. Nope, gotta remember. That's why it's still early. You gotta remember these things. Still learning. Yep, so gotta remember this part. Dude, homie, you're so bad at killing these guys sometimes. There we go. Kill that blue guy on the right makes it so much better. Who'd have thunk? Look at that face. Ay-ya-ya. I know Aya isn't even in this game. Better Aya is in this game. Don't tell the Aya fans. I hate that section. Are there stage bios besides one? Yeah, it's stage 2. There's not really much point practicing much else. It's my second day playing Touhou 18. Like, I'll do a bit of Misumaru yin-yangs because it's fun and because it's hard enough that like, similar to some of the other Horus attacks, I want to consistently, slowly learn that attack as best as I can, ideally. And, like, maybe I'll do a little bit of stage 3, but as is, I want to optimize my stage 1 and 2 as best as I can. That is my number one current priority. Ay-ya-ya. I can drill it into my head. Trying to go slow enough so I can pick up as much power as I can, but you go too slow and you get hit. The eternal sufferings of Needle. Especially because if there's any game where I'm not going to play out a stage 1 or 2 miss, it's this game. Due to how just terrible the power is in this game. Like power gain is nothing, and power loss is just gigantic. So I want to make sure that we are getting her paces up to stage 3 as much as I can. For the sake of getting good at stage 3, stage 4. Take that key card, that dummy thick Tanuki. Because the unfortunate reality is that when you die, you lose a whole 1.0 power. And tell me, how much power do you gain from capping a spell card? Look at that. I gained 0.1. 1/10. I just gained 1/10 of what I lose on getting hit from that spell. Chase rainbows. You heard the game. You see a rainbow, go running after it. I think I've fallen off. You know, I was getting to stage 2, but now I'm not anymore. I think I'm washed. Rainbow Wood, what? Chase rainbows? There's money involved. I mean, she's after this incident, but she's trying to stop it. And she doesn't want. She can't let the black market incident go off without her knowledge. Oops, that was the wrong direction. Fine. I want to end that Yin Yang section right after the mid-boss on the left if I can. It's not that big of a deal, but it is generally better if I can. That attack. I might need an emote for that attack. At some point. Ooh. Can't make me give up the ability cards by force. Need to give me something of equal value. That's the basis of a free economy. My homing ambulance. Dude, what is wrong with me? Son of a beach. Local showers and thereafter. Chase rainbows. Prep. I gotta not agree to that much. Chase the Rainbow's the skills tagline? No, it's Taste the Rainbow. Close enough, yeah. You, why? See, it was going fine. I got like 4 in a row, or it was not an issue at all, and now I can't play. Now it's recocked over. Listen, I need to be here for extended periods of time anyway. Like I said, stage 1, stage 2 this is my second day playing this game. I gotta, especially with the power loss of these games, I gotta sit on these stages for a long time to get good. I need to get them as consistent as I can, and as drilled into my head as I can. I love when the boss keeps moving away from me because 1/3 of the time she moves away for no reason, because Zoom decided to change that. My favorite Zoom decisions of all time. Homing is also just too slow in this game compared to some. Like, there's a reason why Reimu's regarded as the second worst in this game. Rare situation where Reimu and Marissa are the 2 worst characters. For LNN purposes? Question mark? Oh yeah, the Sakya stage 1 portion is pretty bad. I don't understand how we go from it's of the 4, it's the second worst, but it's still good. Say, isn't for TSO scoring, isn't Marissa's 0.2 starting score with Reimu being 0.4? And I think their miscounts are the same, although I could be mistaken on that. I've glanced at it several months ago. I forget the details since. I feel like it's Saki and Sanai were like 0.6 and 0.8. I think they all had the same discount, although I might be mistaken. Oof. I'm also sweating my ass off right now. Like, I'm so warm. Sometimes you guys get up and stretch. Right? To be fair with this game, I'd say most things should be, even then, should be said with an asterisk in terms of broad opinion, because it's not like many people play this game. This is base 0.6. Okay, base 0.6. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's like 0.2 above the other. I couldn't remember the beats. Like I said, it has been a while since I've looked. Oop. I gotta come up with a concrete plan here. Do I want to just go forward and not pick up everything, or do I want to try to cut back? That is also one of the other reasons I want to play this game next, is, partially because it's very new, but this game's also very underplayed. Oh, great, I fucked up. Definitely very, very underplayed. Survival categories. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you ignore, like, if you want to go solely off of LNNs, like, and part of this is because it is relatively new, right? 4 years compared to most, but I believe it is notably the least done Windows LNN. If you ignore 20, which is less than 6 months old at this point. It's probably harder. But, like, you know, again, it is very, very new. But I think it's, like, notably the least. Better either. Well, yeah, a lot of it just comes down to doing hammer shenanigans, I believe. But there's no grays and there's no point item value, because items are all instead replaced with money. Which is the thing, it is a very good game casually. Like, for casual 1cc purposes, phenomenal. I don't know any other aspect of scoring in this game besides Mallet. That's the only. I don't know if I've ever seen a scoring run of this game. And the only thing I'm particularly familiar with is the fact that you use Mallet to destroy bullets to get lots of things. Number go bird when you use Mallet. I almost did the thing. I did the thing again! I can't read my lines! Dude, I was doing so good on stage 1 earlier, and now I just can't do it again. But that is the other thing, is if you are doing runs with cards, it is naturally not very competitive in nature due to the cards. This is why I said it's a very good casual game, but it's not a very good competitive game if you're going to try to take it in that regard. Because the cards offer so much variance in terms of runs that if you're trying to do something perfectly, like optimizing score as best as possible, you're ultimately just banking on getting the right RG to get the right cards when you need them. Mainline games. I mean, it's really this and kind of 20, right? Like, this is the most notable offender in the RNG category for, like, just getting cards handed to you, or what cards you get. Because 16 doesn't have anything in that regard. 17, I'm pretty sure the spirits are consistent, right? I gotta kill the fairy on the right first! $19 doesn't have scoring, but it's also like, even if it did have scoring, it's a versus game. My problem with Wily Beast, I like Wily Beast, but my biggest complaint was Aka's fucking final, dude. Holy moly, that spell pissed me off when I was for the 1cc in that game. I think Yachi's a cool fight. I think Mayumi's got some cool things, but fuck that frickin' stone stacking gank of a final. Ooh, a little bit of frame loss. We love that. Ooh, I love my game running at 50 FPS. Ooh. Oh, I love chunky. Why are you chunking right now? Like, I understand if it, like, chunked on, like, the bullet cancel. But after it? I'll just throw it and kill the mid player. Because I baited that one on the left is shooting too far to the right. Bro, dude, the fact that homing goes straight up at 1.0 power and will not curve back down for him is... I gotta remember to jump right here immediately. Remember back when you could play homing amulets or persuasion needles, and nowadays they're like, no, you gotta play persuasion needle with a hint of homing. Oops, what is wrong with me? There's no program decent homing mechanics? Nah. You'll just remove homing from the game. Although maybe with the existence of 20, there's hope to bring back homing. FPS gives more time to dodge it. Playing on the slower FPS is easier per se, however, it's only easier if it's predictable. And also probably if you're used to it. Jumping to a little bit of a lower FPS can throw you off, but you're used to your comfortable feel, and that can make it harder. And unless you can consistently, like, get a lower FPS on something, it's not going to help you predict when it happens. Especially if it only happens for, you know, half a second. Fuck, I did the same thing where I don't kill the blue fairy! Because I'm like, I gotta go get my items! Yippee! There's just so much nuance about who you gotta kill when. That is just, I gotta learn. I gotta get drilled into my brain. See, how hard is it to like just stay there for like slightly longer to make sure you kill that blue fairy? Girl, why you have to jump so far away? I keep... What happened to how I visualize my lines? What has happened to how I visualize my lines on this attack? Like, the first hour I was like doing it fine. I can't anymore. Where I'm looking is just completely wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. do. Make sure to kill the one right. I even did that properly. I just ran into the single lone blue bullet. But you had good runs? No. No, that's not true. I had one. That's not true. I did have one. Oop. Have a hello game builder. One got past Mike. I got past Mike a handful of times. I was referring to the one that got caught me. Why am I standing still? I gotta go do... I should have gone to practice 30 minutes ago. Instead of just keep ripping this over and over. There was like 30 minutes where I got past Mike several times. And then it's been 30 minutes of me not being able to beat Mike stage 1 to save my life. See, I should have done this half hour ago. Why am I at 4.0 power? Hold up a second. What is wrong with what happened to me on this non? It's like I keep going for it when it intersects. That's the one time you don't want to not do it. I think I'm just going the wrong direction on that. Yeah. Yeah, you want to, when you have to do the dodge, you want to be going. Oops. You want to be going clockwise, not counterclockwise, to make the dodges. It's also hard at times to figure out where the boss is on those nuns. She tends to hide herself beneath a billion bullets. Bubble box moment. I can sort by bubble butt moment. When did she shoot the bubble? Is it a good idea to try to misdirect the bubble? Miracle now and on. You're right, I should do that. Yeah, I guess her movement kind of... Like, the fact that she moves wherever she wants kind of invalidates the use of misdirecting. I mean, it does help, like, a tiny bit, I guess, probably, but it's probably not worth it. It probably technically is worth it, but it's, like, how worth it is it? Blah, blah, blah. If I do that, though, I gotta pay attention to the bullets. Also, I love the 1 1/3 chance to, like, move away. It's probably unnecessary to do the second wave. I think the first wave misdirect like that is probably proper. But their chance of what? So when the boss does a movement, okay, a horizontal movement, there's a 2/3 chance she will move in the direction you are, and there's a 1/3 chance she will move away from you. I didn't misdirect it. Yeah, I think you should always misdirect the bubbles on the first wave. There's theoretically a world where you'll do it on the second wave, but I think by that point, with the way her movement is and the fact that you've already dealt a lot of damage, at that point it's probably completely unnecessary. I did bait it. With the shrew that took. She moved far enough to the right. Failed out. A little bit. I gotta remember that, though. The good news is if I don't remember, it's not the end. Preset moving length. I mean, I think technically there are, but there's probably like 200 of them, so to the point where it doesn't really matter. It might as well be random. Let me see my type exactly. It's about 3.5 going to Hikane. President, I'll go back, Simon. Hope you're doing well. Actually, no. I hope you're doing terribly, Simon. In a lovingly way. Bro, I immediately play aggressive. That's fine. I'm here for the stage push right now. I'll worry about Takane herself in a minute. Yeah. Stop running through bullets. My bad. Early game seem as annoying as 20s? No. Chimmy spelled two, or Chimmy, oh fuck, that was foolish. But like, how many early game? Like, is there really an early game besides maybe Lol K that feels worse than 20s? Like, Chimmy Non 2 exists. Like, if you threw say either DDC or Subterranean Stage 2, but replace their Non-2 with Chimmy's Non-2, I would say that Stage 2 is harder than this Stage 2. Like, this early game does have its problems, don't get me wrong. And, like, once you get to Stage 3, like, Sanyo is a real... Like, Sanyo is a really rough Stage 3 boss. She's no Kagura or Doremi, but she's a rough Stage 3 boss. But if you want to talk, like, pure early game, there's, like Stages 1 and 2. Touhou 20's got the... not only the edge, but, like... it's got the cliff over it. Like, the hardest part of this Stage 2, like, if you ignore the boss, is making sure you time down this properly. I'd argue. Oh, micro these? More like learn how to micro these nuts. Because if you don't see it, is it the end of the world? I mean, it's probably just a reset. I could learn it, but I'd rather not. Like, I'm sure I could probably strafe it around, but, like, I'd rather... If I can time it down, which is... Fuck! I did it again. Also, micro these. What do you mean by micro these? What part are you talking about? Kinda. You don't need to micro any of them. I thought you did. And then when I was playing on Wednesday, but then I learned that you don't actually have to. Why would I just go around the top? Especially this one, where you're not even trying to kill it, like, quickly. Damn it. I gotta stop playing so fucking aggressive on her nons for no reason. I should be at 3.25 if I'm doing Takane herself. Sorry. Herself. Like, you should only look to move off a wave. On the double wave. This is probably the sketchiest attack she has. I say that now I'll get punished and die to this. Oh! That thing diddled me. Such a weird angle that they come at. Just the awkward thing in it. See, I mean, I keep expecting to go lower, but then I gotta remember it keeps curving in the middle. It doesn't flatten out ever, it keeps curving. The trajectory is constantly shifting. Tech is also kind of really jank, but fortunately in a way that's not too bad. Okay, it's good so far. Let's go do a tiny bit of Misumaru, because I want to, and you can't stop me. 3-minute time lock go? No. No. I can't even do a timer right now. I mean, I could theoretically do one. Will I be able to successfully do it? Probably not. I also have no real need to do a 3-minute time lock. Oop. Big 3 faith. You're right. I should give myself. It's also not faith. It's power. But yeah, I guess I should give myself max power on this. Yeah, what am I kidding? I won't have max power going into this anyway, because you know how this game is with power. Ricochet. This attack again, get used to it. You're going to see it more than probably any other attack. Fun. It is a very fun attack. It is a very difficult attack, but it is a very fun attack. She looked at Saku and was like, hey, I could do that. I shouldn't do it for too long. My brain's already stuttering on operating power. Literally free. She could hitbox as big as the big orbs. I mean, her knives are pretty jank in terms of hitboxes, so I'll give it that, but... Although Sakia also wishes she had half the HP that Misumaru here has. Oop. Those cards. Listen, you gotta get your priorities in line. The priorities say cards. Fuck, that was cracked, bro. Holy shit. I'll toot my own horn on that one. You know what I'm saying. You'll get sucking. No sucking. I thought the term you prefer is glazing. Better pure homing. Probably not, because if you had pure homing, at the cost of what? How much of a damage fall off we talking? Because, like, let's assume that if you're switching to homing, let's assume damage is going to be worse. Considering how bad HP bars and damage is already in this game, it'd probably be even worse in that regard. So it'd probably suck ass. It would do something better. What do you mean with traditional shots? Can't you already do effectively traditional shots in Touhou 20? Like, you can set needles as your unfocused or focus, right? You can... If you want to replicate this game, you can just set needle as your focus and homing as your unfocused, right? Literally free. Oh! Ricochet on. See, I want to move on to Lost Branch, but I also want to do the stack because it's so much fun. It's heroin straight in my veins. Just shooting a black tar right now. Wiggly woo. So I think fighting Chiari is a bit fun. I'm gonna have to raise an eyebrow on that one. Killing Doll is fun. I will say, Killing Doll is definitely fun. Although I'd argue that basically like all of Sakuya is really well. Her first two spells are kind of bland. They're kind of boring in my opinion. But like her three nons and Killing Doll are all quite enjoyable. Time stop. The problem is, it's like it only really does anything on the final because her first two spells are so blank. They're so black. It's just like, okay, whatever. It's like there's something happens. Like, okay, what if I just do this other thing and then I'm fine? How do I get out? Let me out. The fact that the bullets are constantly, like, shifting speeds a little bit, too. Slash ankles. Most notably ankles. They just get like a slight downward nudge. To throw them off their previous trajectory. This on 1 miss pace at 3 power. Do this on 3 miss pace at 1 power. 3 power frag would be useful. I'd rather just practice a timeout. Using 0 power so Keaton sucked it out, you're right. Isn't that just doing the timeout? Plus, I really don't care about doing this on low power, though, right? Because like I will get the LNB eventually, but like the LNB is not my goal. I'm not really in any rush to get an LNB. Possible to cast the spell without your options. What do you mean your options? I mean, if I didn't have the needle, it was just my default bullets? I don't think so. I don't think even if you did perfect damage output, I really doubt it. Maybe. I've been surprised by other things before, so maybe. Woo! Squiggly squoo! Plus, it's not like if you have 3.0 power, it's not like you're going to play that spell any differently. You just got to play it to last another 5 seconds. It's good for now.